Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Miasin, but today I'm actually not alone. I'm with the man, the myth, the legend, my actual brother, Yopak. What's good, man?
What's up? Yo, Yassine, how are you? Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to kind of go over some of the new cards today. I know Yassine usually does this by himself, but I figured we could do some collaboration and get started into, what the new format looks like for the OCG. So this is actually funny. We're actually covering some OCG topics today. I'm excited. Manadomes. Let's go.
Same, man. Yo, the OCG is always really interesting. They always obviously have the cards like before us. And their format right now is wild. It's so like up in the air. There can be like 20 decks that could actually have a chance, and nothing is solved yet. So
yeah, and I think whenever new archetypes comes out, I think Yassine can attest to this too. Like we do a lot of our research, like going to Road of the King, trying to see like, okay, what has the OCG figured out? What are they currently doing? But I think obviously there isn't a lot of data out for Manadomes yet. There hasn't been a tournament or locals or anything for that yet. So this is gonna be like the time in which we actually do like get a head start almost, and then do some of our own research and then go about the cards ourselves. So you'll see like the behind the scenes of how competitive players like test. So I hope this will be helpful to you guys.
yeah, for sure. The thing about the Manadome is that they are very new, and as long as people didn't really have the time to break them yet, well, the first person that does that, it's pretty much going to be like a unicorn where you might actually just end up winning a whole event just because you're catching people off guard. And that is something that we've seen, I mean, with a bunch of decks, to be honest. Like even Kashtira Tier Elements, like every deck just evolves so much. They always start by being like just super different, like every build, and then they eventually become like streamlined and everybody plays the exact same deck when people agree on the fact that it's meta.
Yep, exactly. We have a bunch of new stuff we have to look at too, right? Like the format that we're talking about also introduces like the new Starter Synchro, which is absolutely absurd. It releases like the new, I think, Visa Starfrost fusion as well. Which is like that card is insane. It's like a free level 8 for free.
Yeah, for free. It's really good, man. It's kind of like a contact fusing, but without having to like use anything from your field. And on top of that, you can destroy a monster like on the summon just like that. So
yep. And we'll go over it when we get into like the more theory discussion, but like that card itself also can destroy not only your opponent's monster but your own. So like you might start looking into other archetypes like dinosaurs, like with maybe petites and baby pterosaurs. Like there's a lot of like stuff you can do, like, which is like really neat. So who knows what it's gonna look like.
And another thing that I really want to say is that this deck Manadome is another one of those lore decks. And one thing that I've realized, I don't know if it's just me, but lore decks this season are really nasty. Like branded Despia, branded Despia, like freaking Spright with Therion, and now we've got like the hearts. So Tier Elements, Kashtira, Scareclaw, Manadome, everything is nasty. Visa Starfrost is the new Fallen of Albaz. Everything relies like over it, like around it, and it's I want to say anything that incorporates this card as a part of your strategy is probably destined for like perpetual support. Don't go thinking that Manadome is only gonna be getting this wave of support and that's it, that's all. It's gonna keep getting more support over and over.
Yeah, and it's like we've seen like all the planets that Visa Starfrost has been traveling to, and the guy's just like cooking it up, man. Like he went to like he went to Pellerino. Now he was at like Pararisos, I believe, which is like the Kashtiras.
Yes.
And every planet he's land on, the deck has been broken. I know Scareclaw didn't get much love, but I do think like I know Triff was exploring the engine, Yassine was exploring this engine, and like the Scareclaw engine is actually super powerful as well. Like people definitely didn't test it as much because Tier Element and Spright was so popular, and we had like the Punk engine, and like it got really crazy. But I do think like the Scareclaw engine is also another powerful engine we can look at as well, right? So
yeah. I mean, the field spells are like for any of the Visa Starfrost archetypes are just ridiculous, like field spells. They search They all search visas or a card from their own archetype, or they also do like they all have a pop effect. So whenever
like some sort of extra effect that's like, bro, why it's already good enough. Like rotocards are good. Yeah. But like the fact that you get like a secondary effect is like nuts, right? It's like, damn, that's sick.
Yeah. It's dude, every single time we get like a new field spell announced like by Konami, my first reflex is always like, okay, is it like another light stage? Does it search on activation? If yes, it's destined for greatness. If no, it better have like another insane effect.
Yeah,
But
and like this is super off topic, but like I feel like that's the reason why terraforming's at 1, right? It's like like if terraforming was at more copies, it's like so absurd because terraforming is like more copies of a really really good card, and like we can all agree like having Pellerino in the mirror match for tournaments is like super powerful, and like even having like the Pararesus for the cashier is like really good too because you get like extra pops and lock zones and stuff like that. So
yeah. And terraforming being a normal spell card is actually really convenient with the new triple tactic tasking card.
Yes.
Because you
Oh
can
my God, yes.
you can search a field spell with triple tactic tasking because of the fact that terraforming is a thing. If terraforming was banned, that would not be a possibility, so you would have less field spells.
Yes, that's also super true. Dude, that card, bro.
Yeah.
Triple Tactics Tasking is another card that's coming out, I think, in Photon Hypernova, and that card is absurd. I wonder how, like, the OCG will incorporate it, because I believe did they get it in Photon Hypernova as well, or is it later for them? I don't remember. I don't know if it's, like, a TCG exclusive or something like that. I didn't really pay attention.
I think it is. I think it is in Photon Hypernova.
Oh, it is for them. Okay. They didn't really use it in I guess, in OCG as much, at least from what I saw, but maybe we'll have better luck with it, because it's a very different format, right? Because they have, like, crazy hand traps, but like we might like grab talents or we might grab something else, so who knows.
Yeah, it's very much up in the air. But yeah, the Manadomes. All right, now let's discuss them. So obviously, first and foremost, the heart monster. It's the heart and soul of the deck. For several reasons. First of all, it has the heart stats. So 1500 attack, 2100 defense. A lot of monsters actually have synergy with that attack and defense stat. The Manadome Meek and the Hairless, they're the 2 level 2 monsters that you can summon if you control either Visa Starfrost or a monster with the heart stats, which is typically going to be the Riom Heart. Upon normal or special summon, you can search any Manadome card from your deck to your hand. That is very, very nice, because if we ever get more spells and traps that are actually really good, this could actually become even nastier than it already is.
What I like about the Manadome level 2s is they're actually not once per turn. Like, I find that, like, so cool. And I know, like, yeah, you can easily run out of them, but I believe the trap actually recycles them back into your deck as well, and like, which is like also like kind of neat. So like you have a counter trap and archetype that like is basically like an Omni Negate, which we already know how broken those are. But now like they're actually recycling your engine. So like that's just so sick, because like you do go through like a lot of like Meeks, and you do go through a lot of like Heirlooms, I believe. So it's actually like our Hairless, yeah. So
yeah, for sure. So this is like a built-in Daigusto Emerald that doesn't draw a card. Obviously, if this deck could go into like Daigusto, that would be like even better, but I don't really think it's that necessary. I think if you're triggering like both effects and you're also using the field spell to revive back your monsters, then you already have it. And yeah, this field spell is just like insane. It's a searcher and a monstery board. Like, could you ask for any better?
Yes, that's so crazy. No, it's actually so broken. Like you get to bring back your tuners. Like, no, I honestly like the core of the engine a lot, and I've been a big Sword Soul fan, so I love strategies incorporate synchro summoning. And I think one of the things as you're like looking to build the Manadome deck is to okay, like what are people gonna do to counteract this, right? Like you're gonna see D barriers get back into the game, right? Like there's like a lot of floodgates that will answer this deck will come back into the game. But what I like about the Manadome engine, it's that like it doesn't lock you like Sword Soul does. Like it doesn't like, oh, you have to go synchro summon whatever. It's like there's things you can do with Xyz, Links, maybe like incorporating some fusion summoning with like the new Visa Starfrost extra deck card. So I think that's like gonna be really neat. Yeah,
for sure. The deck is very resourceful. Having the ability to have a lot of options is really nice. And also you might be able to play on your opponent's turn. Some people might not even know that, but the Rioma Heart's effect to like summon itself from the hand by destroying a monster on the field is actually a quick effect. So you can search a card on your opponent's turn, you can trigger to like destroy your own monsters on your opponent's turn. That might unlock a lot of nasty potential, to be honest.
Yeah. I think the thing we can definitely have is if you want, you can show people like the list. If you guys haven't checked out Yusin's video already, he had a draft list of what the deck looks like, and I really liked it. I think it's like very like solid, as a foundation list to like work off of. Clearly I think the Visa Starfrost and the right cards have really good synergy together with the new Manadome cards, right? Because Visa Starfrost can like pop like level 2s, which is like definitely super nice. I think that, and obviously like being able to go into the Link one, like I said, you don't want your strategy to be just synchro based. I think like having different mechanics, like it's so nice to like push through boards and all that good stuff.
And Visa Starfrost is just like a card that can lead to so many things. As you said, you can link off with Visa Starfrost, you can synchro off into like Baron using a level 4 like Riom Heart or the Rich Heart, and you can Xyz with the Bystials for like Wallow or something. So
Wallow,
And another thing that I've actually considered that, I don't know, people are probably going to say that I'm crazy. That might be a little too much, but I consider like Ultimate Tzolk'in with like a Bystial and Starfrost. You summon a Crystal Wing on your own turn, and then you maybe set like an artifact on your opponent's turn with a Dagda, which should trigger the Tzolk'in again so that you can summon another Crystal Wing or something, and then you try to find a way to destroy your artifact scythe.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, like there's definitely some synergy there with like Starfrost and Abystial. I think also the thing we have to look into is that like the level 2 tuners can easily be converted to level 4 tuners. Meek. Does Hairless also go to level 4s or no? It doesn't,
Unfortunately, no. Hairless is pretty bad, honestly.
Yeah, okay. Got it. I'm trying to think about like, yeah, if you guys don't know, there's like the new Stardust Synchro. I think, I don't know if I talked or mentioned it yet, but it's called Axel Synchron Stardust Dragon. And basically when it's synchro summoned, you can reborn back a level 2 or lower tuner from your graveyard. It's a level 8 generic. And then it's a quick effect main phase to like tag itself out and summon like OG Stardust, and then lets you perform a synchro summon immediately. But what's really cool about it is you don't have to perform a synchro summon with Axel Synchron Stardust Dragon. You can perform a synchro summon with any monster on the field. So like that leads into a lot of like potential, right? Like there's a lot of monsters that like does stuff when they're synchro summoned. Like I'm trying to think of like good example, like
Black Rose.
The Black Rose, the one that like banishes your entire graveyard.
Ruddy Rose Dragon.
There's because you can go 10 with Ruddy Rose. I know you do like the scythe stuff, so you go into like synchro 7s. But there's also like Satellite Warrior, I believe, that like destroys a card your opponent controls up to the number of like materials it got used, and it gains 1,000 attack. It's called like Satellite Warrior, I believe. It's like level 10 synchro.
Yeah.
If it dies, like it can like reborn back Stardust, like OG Stardust and Stardust Axel Synchron, which is crazy.
That's nuts.
So there's a lot of like really cool things you could do. But I think that, and of course you can make the honorary mention Chen Ying, Baron, and those cards are unaffected too or something, right? Like it's like crazy.
Yeah, unaffected by what? By monster effects, I believe. By your opponent's activated effects, though.
Active effects, yeah. They just become a tower. So, dude, imagine you summon Chen Ying. How do you put it out there? Like a tower's Chen Ying sounds crazy.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, can't be destroyed by anything really. Yeah, so it's gonna survive the turn, and then next turn you just kill.
Yeah, and then you like trigger a Bystial, like, and then like changing your opponent. It's like nice. Yeah, super nice.
How good do you think this deck's follow-up is?
I think that's I think that's why I think like the Scareclaw cards are like really good at that, because like I think that's why like I really like the Scareclaw engine in it, because it does provide you some more versatility, because like the spell Arrival can bring back Starfrost, as well as you can also bring back Rightheart. You get a bunch of draws. The thing is, the follow-up does seem, I think like I don't know if you can go play the Scythe version that you have, because I feel like that version is more all in. But I don't know. I'm like not sure. I feel like the level 4 can probably get you followed, right? Because it's a quick effect, so you can do it on both players' turn and get a bunch of stuff.
That's also what I'm thinking.
Maybe, yeah. So maybe that's like the best way to do it. I'm trying to think like this. Is there something that happens if you, because you can only pop like what? You can only pop tuners, right? Or Manadome cards?
You can target one Manadome monster or one monster with the heart stats, destroy it, and if you do something discard.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's something like, if there's like an extra layer of interruption, kind of like a Hoffness or something, you know what I mean? That can like that can happen as a result of this. What, isn't there a Manadome synchro monster as well? Like, how good is that card? Have you looked into that?
Yeah, I think the name is Primaheart, but from what I remember, it's not like a really good card. So it doesn't really interrupt the opponent. It's just like you can attack an extra amount of times, and then like if it like leaves the field by your opponent's card, even if it gets kaiju'd, you revive back a Starfrost or a monster with a heart stats from the banished or grave.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's like not really a
Yeah, it's a level 10, so I'd rather make Baron and Chen Ying before discard anytime.
Yeah, those cards are like way better. And
oh yeah,
you also have like Dragat in your extract. I think that's cool because Meek is a water. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, just more options. Why not? And I also have Harbinger because you're always getting a level 8 monster for free thanks to Astroud. Yep. So you're like, what can I do with the Astroud? Either I'm like synchroing using it, or I'm like using it as an Xyz material.
This is where like I'm talking about like the vicious Astroud has, bro, like that card is insane, because like imagine you play like Barosaurus or like Petite. Like I don't know, like I'm just theory crafting off the top, bro. It can pop any other monster, not just your opponent's monster. It can like pop babies and stuff too. And like I feel like this deck has a lot of tuners, but not a lot of like non-tuners. You know, like I feel like you get the tuners level 2 quite easily.
Yeah.
And you have like Visa Starfrost as well, so you have like a lot of tuners already in your engine. So like maybe having like more non-tuners could like be really nice, but like also the Dino engine can like make Dolka, Logia as well, which plays through like a lot of hand traps and setups like a lot of plays. And then I believe Hairless is like a Earth monster, so you know there's a lot of synergy there with like Lithogasm, right? So
Yeah, exactly. Because these Manadomes, they don't have to be destroyed on the field. It's just like if this
Yeah.
card is destroyed by battle back card effect.
exactly.
You can destroy them from the hand, and like Diagram might make sense. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, diagram might. Yeah, diagram might. I think like we don't know how it's gonna like shape up in the OCG in terms of like what other decks will be prevalent, but they hit like if you look at their last ban list, I think they hit everything intentionally so that this deck is insane again. Like so
Yeah.
that the new cards will be like they have to be kind of played. Also, if you looked at Enchantress and Rites of Armature, those cards also like got off the ban list or they went from like they like moved up, and Rites of Armature is crazy with like Starfrost and right cards because like yeah, they're crazy. I mean, so maybe that's also a thing. And like the thing is, oh my god, maybe that's why like the Lightheart, the new one that came out, the Synchro one. How do you pronounce the card? Well, let me see. What is that card called?
The Synchro, the Prime Heart.
No, the main deck monster. The main deck level 4 monster.
Oh, Rium Heart.
Oh, Rium Heart. Yeah, Rium Heart. So Rium Heart can bypass the restriction of Rider of Armature because you can just summon it from the hand by popping a monster or like a Manadome monster card. So.
Oh yeah, the normal summon really like this deck does not conflict at all with the Brave token. It's crazy. Like it was literally destined for this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's the spell that Rium Heart can grab? Does that card grab Planet as well or something?
So Planet, just like the Tearlament's field spell, is not like a card that has the name of the archetype in its name, but you can still access it with the Obsession. So this is what you're searching with the Rium Heart the majority of the time, or else you're searching the Reframing, which is the counter trap. And Obsession allows you to destroy a monster you control. Again, could be Baby Ceresaurus. And if you do, you search the Calarium, which is the field spell. Or if you already control Calarium, you can add any Manadome spells and traps.
Oh.
Yep.
That's crazy. So you can add Follower Up, or you add the trap.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's not bad at all. Like the fact that the Rium Heart can actually lead to the Calarium, which then gets you the Visa Starfrost, if that's really what you want. And then obviously the Visa Starfrost gets you into the Rage Phobia, which gets you the Rage Shard, which actually gets you a draw, by the way. You should always summon your monsters in defense when you're playing this deck.
Yeah. If right by itself is 2 monsters in defense, which is kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rykard always gets your draw, which is also like cool. Yeah, maybe Rite of Armature could be good again. Because like if you think about it, like Tearlaments there is like so hit, like it's super hit. I honestly don't think it's like that playable anymore because like they hit like Kick Kalos, like bro, like you know what I'm saying, like Hoffin's at 1, like like bro, you're not really gonna be doing much.
And Sharon and Renoheart.
yes. The whole engine is like pretty much murked. And that means that like if that, because what other deck utilizes Ishizu's really well, right?
Naturia.
Naturia is like the only other one. That's probably gonna be it, like some sort of Runick deck, right? That will utilize it. But I would say for the majority, there isn't gonna be much uses of the Ishizu cards. So I do see Rite of Armature being so much better now, maybe, or like maybe that's like my theory, because the issue with Ishizu is like they mill like your Rite of Armature targets, right? Like you lose like a Draco back, you lose like whatever, like it's really frustrating. I mean, I was like I was testing that out today, and I was like, bro, every time I get milled 10 on, I'm like, damn, my right engine is gone.
You lose, yeah.
So maybe that could be it,
Yeah, and I don't know if people are going to be playing decks that actually lose to the Bystials, but if they do, well, you can actually play a bunch of Bystials because they have like actual synergy in this deck. They're not just hand traps, and that's what I always love about cards that actually accomplish multiple things.
Like being level 6 is actually so relevant. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, like because your tuners are level 2, so you go into like Axel, and then you revive back the tuner, and you already have like a Baron with like in 2 seconds.
Dude, I kind of want to play more of that Axel Synchro. That card is insane, bro.
Yeah.
That card's a 10. That card's like a immediate 10. Like it's just crazy.
It's one of the best synchros I've ever read in my life, and it will change Yu-Gi-Oh forever.
I like it.
I'm telling you guys this right now. We're leaking the sauce already. Like, this card is insane. Stardust Dragon, man, don't sleep on this card. It actually protects you from a bunch of things, and you're keeping it because you're using other monsters as materials. And the level 2s, you can easily get any more with the Spright Elf. And as long as this card exists, well, you're always going to have more tuners to sync off. And really easy
You
to
can
like.
you can definitely do. You can also do some anime stuff for sure. Like you can make you like shooting quasar or something. Like like there's a lot of cool stuff you can do.
My first
Like
reflex, because the thing is we no longer have needle fiber to go into formula. My first
Yeah.
reflex when I saw this card, like, I read immediately after this effect resolve synchro summon one synchro monster, I thought about Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! You can't.
Yeah.
It's 2 tuners, right? You need 2 tuners.
So you
and
need
one
2
non-tuner?
tuners. Yeah, 2 tuners that are level 2, which shouldn't be too hard, but the issue was getting the level 8 Dark Synchro. Because how can you really get there realistically without it going neg? Like, you can go Borload Savage, but the only Link monster that you'll have would be the Lightheart, which is...
Wait a second. I don't know. Does this seem that unreasonable?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it could.
yo,
It could come up, yeah.
yeah. Cause I'm thinking about it. You always have a Lightheart in the grave. Like you always have it. Like it's just go in the grave.
Yeah.
And then you can attach it to a Savage, and you can elf back a level 2 tuner.
Yep.
Because you'll have a bunch in the graveyard off of like popping them a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you can just make Axel Synchro and then you pass. And then, yo, that's disgusting. That's actually probably plausible. I actually see that happening. Oh my god, that's disgusting. The only thing is cards like tasking will make it awkward, right? Because oh my god, no. Calamity's just and it's crazy.
And it's unaffected by card effects.
And it's unaffected. Oh nah. Okay.
And you have the Savage to ensure that it actually resolves.
Yeah, there's some decent shit happening soon with these cards. Like
100%.
Yeah. Oh my god. You're a bad man.
Yo, I'm trying to take inspiration from you, my man.
Nah, chill. Let's talk about the new Bystial. Is there how's the new Bystial doing? Is that card solid too?
Oh my god, it's beyond dirty, man. Baldrick is unfair. It's arguably like the best one after Magnamud, because obviously Magnamud is a tier 0 card. But Baldrick is just stupid. Like whenever your opponent summons a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and or Link, you can tribute one other light or dark. It doesn't have to be Bystial. Then target one of those summon monsters, banish it. Just like that.
Bro,
like,
imagine
tributing a Druid Worm. Like, you're banishing a monster and you're sending a monster turn 0 while decrowing 2 monsters.
No, that card's crazy. That card's crazy.
Yeah.
That card's crazy. Baldrick is crazy.
I'll say this right now. Baldrick will make tier laments, like, honestly, just suffer completely. This card's unfair.
Out in Photon Hypernova?
Yes.
Yo. You guys about to go crazy in February.
Oh my god.
You guys about to go crazy.
Yo, the YCSs are gonna be wild. But yeah, I think whenever we're gonna get this card, everything is just gonna change. We might start seeing like more decks that are just like the element attributes, like earth, wind, fire, water, just to like try to not lose too much to these cards, because they're really just disgusting now. The Bystials are getting out of hand.
Yeah, they're really crazy. Like they're just so powerful. Like I was thinking about like even like most of the archetypes getting printed out are like light dark strategies, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna release a Visa Starfrost that like isn't light or dark. But I don't know if that's gonna be the case. Because Visa Starfrost is the light.
Actually, they have to, because Visa Starfrost can only destroy monster card types with different attribute and types. So you can't destroy light or warrior monsters with Starfrost.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so when I think about it, the Scare Claws, they're all like Beast and Earth, if I recall correctly. Something like that. So yeah, they might create like, I don't know, like a fire monster, fire archetype or wind or something. I don't even know.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, Starfrost has always been an interesting card. Like that was like, I played a Scareclaw tier elements at some point, and that was like really fun too, because like obviously Starfrost popping like tier elements was sick. But now it's like, damn, the options are limitless. I think that's like gonna be the cool part about like the engine. I'm excited to see where, but I do know for sure that I'm gonna be trying to like vary the disruptions a lot, because I think like committing to just a synchro version, because I think that's what a lot of people are doing. Like they're building their decks and they're just putting like every good synchro cards, and it's like I think like because of like link monsters and XCs, like there's gonna be a lot of potential on what you can like really do. So I'm excited. I know you were testing some Spright stuff too, right? Like you're doing some angler stuff, which was neat.
Yeah, I dropped it really fast because I didn't want to play like just more bricks in this deck. Like they don't really have any synergy. It's just that you're making a link to when things work well, you can make more negates. But are you really trying to go for win mores?
Yeah, but there's all like, for example, like Elf by itself becomes a Zeus, because you can Elf bring back the level 2
Gigantic
overlay for Gigantic attack, then down to Zeus, right? You don't even need to use Gigantic. That's the best part. That's the cool part about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a format Zeus just like randomly off an elf, which is like insane. Like that's what I mean by like if your opponent floods you out, you can like go into links and exceeds, like put up a format Zeus, try to pass, like maybe set up some disruptions, and like regain advantage next turn. So
Yeah, Zeus is always a card that you're gonna have to worry about. The card is the ultimate legendary comeback card for going second, especially if you can make like 4 6 materials. Damn, the 6 materials was like the reason why Zodiac was a competitive deck for a while, actually.
Yeah. But I do like the fact that like these level 2 Ink archetype cards is like so easy with Elf to just make like a gigantic down to Zeus. I remember Shu was doing that, and I like he was the one who like gave me the idea about it. But that's like really cool. Like these level 2s are just like insane. Like at any point you go into like an Elf, Elf is now just a format Zeus if it's uncontested, especially if it's like the last push. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I think like Elf is definitely like I saw you have it in your deck. Like that's definitely gonna be a huge staple, right? So
Oh, absolutely. I think any deck that plays like level 2s should always have Elf. It's gonna be like a $300 ultimate rare at this point because everybody needs a copy of this card. Like you don't even have to play any Spright monsters or spells or traps really. It's just like Elf in your extra deck. That's it.
Is there a good Synchro 6 that we could play that might be relevant? Because I know like maybe that will sometimes come up. Or not as much. I was thinking about like a Reum Heart plus like a Reum Heart plus a Hairless can come up,
Yeah,
maybe
so
that's
Stardust Charge Warrior so that you can make like, I don't know, like more plays or Coral Dragon, but I don't know if I'm a really big fan. I think there's always better options. But the level 6s just aren't like the best synchro monsters out there, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think like Browneck. That sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
Playing too much Edison.
Good old days, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like good 6s because if they come up, but like the ones you're talking about is like literally like the virtual ones. When I was thinking about like Charge, like Coral, like those kind of cards. But I don't think those cards are that crazy, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can look at them like real quick, but I don't know. I don't think they're. I mean, you can't even make Barkion because the non-tuner is like not even an Earth.
Yo, what's Goyer Guardian? Is that like a?
It got errated. Yeah, it's Copium.
It's one Earth. No, it's one Earth tuner.
Yeah.
Actually make that.
Yeah, with the Heartless, not with the Meek, but yeah, I mean, Goyo Guardian.
Goyo my opponent. Yeah.
Yeah, huge fall from grace, man. It used to be like so insane.
What about, can you play Runick cards with this engine? Maybe you think because like you can play like a Synchro Runick strategy.
Wow, that's actually.
I don't know.
I can't believe I've never thought of that. No, that's. See, this is why we always try to have you on on any theory crafting.
Cool. Yeah, it could be kind of cool. Maybe I don't know. Like there's I think like synchros are like crazy because there's so much you could do with it, right? So I know they tried it with like Naturias already, but. Maybe it can even work with.
Oh, I literally just realized something. So Runick Frecky, very interesting card.
Frecky,
if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or by card effect, including your own card effect, you can recycle back a Runick Quick Play spell in your grave.
Yes. So now we're cooking.
Yes. That's pretty interesting. Oh wow.
That card. Yes, I remember I was testing like Starfrost Tier Limit Runick, and like you can Starfrost pop Frecky and then add back like Runick Quick Plays.
Yeah, so you can actually like unbrick and get back like a tip or something, and then just like pop off and draw a bunch of cards.
Yeah, but it also makes it so that any Runick card plus Starfrost could like lead to something, right? Because like you go Runick card, summon Frecky, Starfrost pop Frecky, add back the card in the graveyard, make the link one searches Rykart, then you special Rykart, get the reborn spell, activate reborn spell, and now you have like a 4/6 and a 1, a 4/6 and like a link 1 on top, right? And then we have to see what you go from there. But that's like just 2 cards. Like I know it's not amazing. It's like just a Barone. Or like it's technically a Chen-Ying. It's a Chen-Ying with a Runick card back in your hand, and you activate that Runick card again, you trigger Chen-Ying. It's actually not even that bad.
If that one Runick card is tip, then we're in business.
Oh, that one Runick card is tip. It's even crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's definitely a thing. I guess the only thing is you have to like find some sort of synergy with like the discard of Hugin. But it's definitely like not the worst. And like I think if you can, I don't think you can Starfrost the Hugin, but
I mean, I guess if you're playing the Adventure as well, then discarding the Water Enchantress is free, but I don't know if you're really trying to play like Brave Token, Runick, Scareclaw. It's just too many engines.
That's too many engines, yeah.
Yeah, you won't be able to incorporate a hand traps at this point.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on just playing hand traps in this deck? Do you think this deck is better off as a combo deck or as a mid-range deck?
I think it will have to depend, but I see this deck pushing through a lot, and I think the main reason is gonna be because of Starfrost, because of the new fusion and Starfrost. Like the deck, I literally see it pushing through a lot of interruptions, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be a hand trap deck or like the non-engine is gonna depend very much on like what the meta will look like in OCG. I think it's gonna be just like the standard Maxi Ash, to be honest, and then like maybe like triple tactics and like the new talents card and all that good stuff. But yeah, I don't see like really much changing that much.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I can definitely see that. And is this deck a good Prosperity deck, or would you try to stay away from Prosperity because of the draw one from Raychart?
If you don't play Rykart, I think Prosperity is insane. But even if you don't get to draw one, maybe Prosperity is good too. But I think Prosperity will become a lot more like a lot more defined if we determine what kind of combo we want to go for.
Yeah.
Because you can make a balls to the wall combos with this deck, like almost guaranteed. Like put up infinite disruptions. Actually, I think the best combo is probably gonna be like the Hot Red Calamity combo. To be honest, yeah, some version of that for sure. Like that. Like I was thinking about it in my head. I'm like, that's actually very reasonable. Like it's so funny how things work. They just printed Starlight Savage. I think like if you put up a Savage, it's actually very reasonable to put up a Savage. Like it's actually very, very reasonable. The only thing is, this is where I'm talking about. Like it's kind of weird in the sense that like Starfrost, there's not like a lot of non-tuners that are level 2s. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, like it's gonna be kind of hard.
The one way to get there would be to use the Meek, which is the level 4 tuner in a way, and then the Realm Heart or the Raychart. So that's really the one way. But yeah, that's true, man. Not enough level 2 non-tuners, really.
Yeah. Maybe it's the baby engine, bro. I'm telling you, the baby engine could be nice. Baby petite.
Yeah.
Lithogasm.
Yeah. It really could work, but then how do you get the baby Cerosaurus on the field reliably without having to use your normal summon on, I don't know, like Me, Careless, or Realm Heart?
I'm trying to think, like, so I think the spell card pops, right? And Starfrost pops.
So this pops and Starfrost pop, yeah.
Yeah, and then you also have like 6 planets. Yep. And all those planets search as Starfrost. Yes. So like we can literally do a test hand we can do a limit test of the deck with 1 Starfrost plus 1 baby Cerosaurus. And I'm telling you, it's probably broken. Like it's probably something wild.
Yeah, I can see that. So Oviraptor.
Oviraptor effect, grab miss effect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but then you're gonna miss one monster. But you know what's
no,
nasty? You can Elf revive back the baby and then Misk summon Archosaur and then destroy the baby that you revive back with the Elf.
Yep. I'm doing this combo in my head, but it's like you go Starfrost pop baby summon OV add activate miss banish itself and baby to summon another baby.
Yeah.
Then you make the link 1 search planet activate planet, then you summon the Scareclaw, you draw 1, like Reinhardt draw 1, because you would have baby in defense, OV in defense, Reinhardt defense, and then you add the reborn spell, activate the reborn spell, bring back the 6. You use the 6 plus the 4 to make a Baron. Pop baby effect again.
That's nasty.
Yeah, and then like you can do even more stuff.
Yeah, so very simple combo already ends on the Link 1 with Baron and Dolka.
Actually, no, you can do more. I'm sorry, you can do more. Like so, you go activate Visa Starfrost.
Yeah, of course.
Spell. Yeah, bring back Starfrost. Make Elf first.
Yeah, and then revive back the baby.
Reinhardt.
Yeah.
No.
And then revive back.
Revive back. Yes, the Link 1 as well. You revive back the Link 1 and you revive back baby. Then you make Baron pop. Now you have like, then you get to like do whatever. Then you have like an Elf. You have an Elf, Baron, Ovi, the Link 1.
And whichever monster you summoned off of baby.
And whichever monster you summon off of baby, yes.
So if you're like one extender away from also having like, I don't know, like Dagda access, and then you could make like Tornado or something. I don't think that's optimal, obviously. Like with 2 dinosaurs, you'd rather make like Dolka or Lagia, but that's already insane. That's already really good.
And you get to draw on the process. Like it seems, it's not even like that unrealistic. And the thing is, like, imagine you open like other cards as well, like the what do you call it? Like the spell card, like Lithogasm. You can open up
Diagram.
Like the Manadome field spell is crazy because that now with the not the Manadome field spell, the Manadome spell that searches the field spell.
Yeah, Obsession.
Because that combos with baby even crazier if you think about it.
Yep, it does.
So it's like insane. Those are gonna be the way, I think. That's definitely gonna be something crazy. I think the only issue is like going second is it's a lot of cars right now. I'm thinking about it. It's a lot of cars. I'm telling you that it's definitely a lot of cars.
And the deck might start losing to Dweller, but I don't think we're going into a direction where Dweller is going to be a huge key component to the format.
But I was also thinking, like, remember how I told you about, if you get floodgated out, which is gonna be a thing that people will try to do.
Yeah.
Bro, like UCT is still like a god card. Like they flood you out, you summon UCT. Doesn't matter if you're under D prison for like D barrier for everything, right? Like you summon a UCT, that's still crazy. That's still like just broken. So, and is UCT a level 10? I believe it is, right?
Yeah, it is a level 10.
It's level 10. I mean, bro, UCT can overlay with something to make Gustav max because you have a lot of bench 10s. I don't know, bro.
With Baron.
Yeah, Baron. Something like that could be nice. But I do. Oh my god.
Oh, we forgot about Astrout in the part of the combo. That's true.
Yes. Yeah, so that could be part of the combo because Bystial can summon itself, pop baby again. So you pop baby infinite times.
Yeah, you're popping it 3 times at least.
Yeah, you just abuse the baby.
Yeah.
That baby. So, I'm telling you, there's something definitely broken. Like, because I think like ideally what I want to try to do is like utilize a strategy with, like utilize some sort of strategy that can like incorporate all this stuff. But yeah. It'll be cool. We have to figure out when we get closer for sure. Yeah,
100% doable. I think there's a lot of potential, and I absolutely can't wait to see what this deck is going to, shape up to be in the next couple of months, either in the OCG or the TCG. Do you think the TCG is going to innovate on this deck more than the OCG? Do you think we're better innovators than them?
I think, like, the way I look at it is we're standing on the shoulder of giants, and it's a nice little quote I was reading the other day. And essentially, it's basically the fact that I think the OCG they get sneak peek access to the format, and we improve on it, right? Or we try to like adapt it to ourselves. Even though they build the format very different than how we do it, it's just that like we're always gonna innovate on what they have because we're after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, we study them. They don't study us.
Yeah, we study exactly. Like they don't really have anything to look to. Whereas we kind of like have some sort of like something to look at. And so I think in a way we will always kind of like innovate on what they have because they're giving us a lot of resources. And then we take that and like try to push even further, right? If we don't innovate, then something's clearly wrong, right? Yeah. Because that means like, oh, that's it. And sometimes it is that way. Like, sometimes it's like, okay, this is a deck and it's like super cookie cutter and there's not much you could do with it. But I think I think you is at a point right now where there's so many things you can do, and I think that's gonna really reward deck building. Which, right now the format we're in is more reward of technical play. I would say, like all the decks look the same, but I do miss those formats where like you really get to like cook the goo. You know what I'm saying? So I am looking forward to this, and I do think there's gonna be a lot of innovation come out of it. But to answer your question, I don't think we're necessarily. I don't think we're necessarily better. It's just that we're put in more positions to innovate more than they do because anything they put out is considered innovative because for that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah, like they set the blueprint and then we like transform it into like perfection, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's pretty much it. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed like kind of like the this kind of like usually how it goes. Like whenever I get into like Discord calls with my friends, even for Photon Hypernova, like. And you see now are like doing that right now. It's kind of like we kind of like theory craft. It's not really like playing as much first. It's kind of like just get a feel for like what the formats look like, what the cards do, like. And so I hope you guys enjoyed like the behind the scenes of what that looks like from our side and how we test and come up with like these ideas. It's just like a lot of bouncing off of each other. And so I do hope you enjoy it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my man over here or here. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video and. Please go smash the like button and especially subscribe to Pac's channel. He's the absolute GOAT, the absolute MVP, Wise Chess champion, man. The guy's a freaking legend, man. What can I say? So absolutely,
I'm all right.
He's more than that. My pleasure. All right, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.